Well, New York is the cultural capital of the world. If you're gonna do art, this is the place to be.
There are thriving arts communities across the state, and I'm proud to call myself a New Yorker and an artist that lives in New York.
I knew New York was a place where there was, millions and millions of people. I said, oh, that's the place I gotta be because there's so many people. I know that I can reach out and make connection with people from everywhere, not just my little community, but the community of the world, of humanity, I like to say.
It's incredibly unaffordable to live here, but I think that the artistic opportunities make it worth it to be here.
New York is a really expensive place, but there are so many amazing creative people here. You could just trip and fall over somebody on the street who's like the best pianist you've ever met.
As far as having the best musicians in the world, and that's always something I've depended on, it's New York City.
Well, I'm a native New Yorker and I've lived all over New York State. I think it's the best place to live. It's very supportive of the arts in almost every single area. The season changes are wonderful. And I think it's because it tends to be very progressive and very supportive of people doing new things and different things.
I think I was born a New Yorker, even though I was born in South America and got here by way of Boston, Massachusetts. The city has always called out to me.
I specifically chose to come back to New York City to live and work. I had come here for grad school and left to live in San Francisco for a number of years. And the whole time I was out there, I missed New York City. I missed the vibrancy and the diversity and the culture.
It was happenstance to arrive in New York State, but I consider it my adopted home state now. Diversity from the infrastructure of the cities to the wildness of the Adirondack Park.
I came to New York originally from Chicago because I joined Actors Equity Association, the Actors Union. I thought this was the place to be as a union member, and I was really reticent about it. When I moved here, I wasn't quite sure that New York was for me. But what I've learned is that it is an incredible classroom.
Well, they say, growing up as a dancer in the middle of Oklahoma, that was the place you had to go if you wanted to be a dancer, so I did. I came at a very young age. It has been a thrill to be here. It's been a huge struggle, but as I've been able to achieve more and more as an artist here, I've realized that it's a really wonderful community.
I love New York. I love the energy here and the architecture, the intense diversity.
I think Niagara Falls has great potential for artists who are capable of seeing the value where other people, other segments of the population might not quite see them yet.
We're very close to Buffalo, 3 hours away from Cleveland, 2 hours away from Rochester. It's not a bad place to be, and I'm hoping that it does have a renaissance. I'd love to be a part of that.
Well, I've chosen to live and work in the Adirondacks because I love the wilderness environment here, but I also like being within a day's drive of places like New York and Boston.
The environment of the Adirondacks is very conducive for artists' stimulation, artists' reflections. It's a beautiful place that requires one to live beautifully and to produce beautiful items.
Living here in the Adirondacks is probably the best place for me because I don't know if I've got the competitive streak necessary to live somewhere else. New York City would probably kill me.
I'm a native New Yorker. I can't see myself right now as being any other place as a visual artist. I know I do have a craft that I could kind of hibernate and go other places in the country and be, but right now, because I do have a very supportive community, I feel very lucky to be living and working in Harlem, USA.
I grew up in New York. I love New York. It's my favorite place. It has everything but desert.
There's no better place to really live the art world. This is the heart of it.
Because it's where everyone makes art, isn't it?